Okay, so you know that feeling right when you walk into the grocery store, you've got your list, and you're like, all right, I'm going to get in, I'm going to get out.
Hmm.
But it always turns into this big adventure.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really does.
Yes.
It's like a weird social experiment or something.
Yes. And this script we're looking at today, Grocery Store Gladiators. It's really funny, but it really gets at that feeling of just like, what is going on in here?
Well, you've got all these people. They're all coming together, all walks
Mhm.
of life, and they're all trying to get their own thing done. And it's like,
Totally. And they talk about aisle adventures in the script, which I think is the perfect way to describe just trying to get down the aisle,
yeah,
dodging the carts, avoiding like the little grooves.
right, dodging the people. Yeah, it's got a
Yeah.
little obstacle course of people.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's interesting, like, it's all about the personal space bubbles,
Yeah.
you know? Some people, they just aren't even aware.
Totally.
And some people are way too aware.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like you're just trying to get the milk and there's a group of people standing there discussing,
Right.
who knows what, and you're just like stuck.
They're talking about their fantasy football league.
Exactly. And they said they're like doing synchronized swimming or something.
Yeah, like in their own little world. And
Yeah.
it's like, there are social scripts
Yeah.
in different places. And like at the grocery store, it's get your stuff, get out.
Right.
And sometimes people are just not following that script.
Yeah, and then there are the people who are on a mission, and they're just
Like-
laser focused and they're going to get that last item.
The competitive shoppers, yes.
Yes, and they had this story about Anita in the script. And she dove for the last jar of Nutella,
Oh, no.
but someone else got to it first, like full on launched themselves at it
Wow.
to get the Nutella.
I mean, I guess it's Nutella we're talking about, so I kind of get it.
I get it.
There's
Yeah.
something about it.
There is something about Nutella.
Yeah.
But Anita was just like, you know what? They probably need it more than me.
That's nice of her.
No, we're...
Very zen. Letting go of the Nutella.
It's about picking your battles.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't win them all,
You can't win them all,
especially at the grocery store.
especially at the grocery store.
That's where things can get really heated.
Oh, yeah.
Like the checkout line. Oh, my God.
checkout line.
The script talks about that.
That was the worst.
It's the word. Like, you think you're almost done,
Yeah.
but then the line is just creeping along. And
And you're stuck behind someone who it's like their first time on Earth.
right, they've never seen a cash register before.
Exactly. Like, what is this contraption?
Like, what is this? What do I do with this?
And the coupons and the cards and everything.
Yeah, just so much going on for them.
Just too much.
Too much input.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But I mean, we've all been there with technology.
Oh, totally.
Like, sometimes you just can't figure it out and you need a minute.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then they talk about this listener, Jeremy,
Oh, yeah?
and his dad, and he will like bargain with the cashier over every item.
No way, really?
Yes, like even if it's like a few cents,
Oh, my God.
he'll try to get a better price.
That's hilarious. I love that.
Isn't that funny?
I wonder what that's all about. Like, why do you think he does that?
I don't know. It's got to be psychological, right?
Yeah, like maybe he just likes to feel like he's in control.
Maybe, or like he's getting one over on the system.
Ooh, yeah, maybe he's like a rebel
Yeah.
fighting the power.
A grocery store rebel.
Exactly.
Okay, so we made it through the aisles.
We did it.
We made it through the checkout. Feeling pretty good.
Home free.
And then you realize you forgot something.
Oh, no, the worst feeling.
The worst.
The forgotten tristle.
Like you just get that sinking feeling in your stomach.
Yeah, you're like, ugh, gotta go back.
And they had this part in the script
Yeah.
where someone is squeezing the last bit of toothpaste out of the
Oh
tube.
my gosh, like a stress ball.
Yeah, trying to get every last little bit out of it. Yeah.
Ugh.
It's just so frustrating.
With all those decisions you have to make at the grocery store,
Yeah,
just drain your brain and then you forget stuff.
totally. It's too much.
Yeah, too much input.
Yeah.
And then, you're tired and hungry and you end up buying a bunch of stuff you don't need.
Like Monica, who went to the store
Yeah.
to get diapers.
Oh, yeah.
And she came home with a baguette, candles, and like a giant thing of Oreos.
Oh my God, a classic.
Yeah.
It's like the grocery store cast a spell on her
Right.
and she just wandered around in a daze.
Yeah. So how do we not be Monica?
Right. How do we avoid
How do we actually become like strategic shoppers, you
Yeah.
know?
Yes.
Like grocery store gladiators?
grocery store gladiators. That's a good question.
Yeah, like what are the tips?
Well, the grocery store gladiators script, they talk a lot about planning.
Okay.
So I think that's a good place to start, like having
Yeah.
a list and thinking of that as your battle plan.
I like that battle plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have your battle plan, you have your list.
Yes.
What else do you do?
Well, I think organizing it by category is good.
Okay.
And if you're really like a super organized person, maybe even like try to map out the store in your mind.
What?
Or on paper even so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like going in an efficient way.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, so you don't backtrack and then you see more stuff you want.
Exactly. You're just like in and out.
Yeah. And speaking of seeing stuff you want,
Yeah.
I always get caught by the stuff, by the checkout.
Yeah.
You know, all the little...
The impulse buys.
Yes. How do I avoid that?
Well, I think it's good to just be aware
Okay.
that they're putting that stuff there for a reason.
Right.
They know you're going to see something and you'd be like, ooh, what's that?
Yeah.
So they put all the good stuff there.
Like the candy and the chips and everything.
Yes, the tempting things.
Right.
So if you know that going in, you can be prepared. And you can maybe even like have a little snack before you go.
That's a good idea.
So you're not so hungry.
Yeah, because when I'm hungry, I will buy anything.
Oh, totally.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah.
It's like a different part of your brain is in control
Yeah.
when you're hungry.
Okay, so snack before you go.
Yes.
Stick to the battle plan.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, I think it's also a good idea to shop at like off-peak times.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so like
maybe avoid
the rush.
Yes, avoid the rush. Like, weekends,
Yeah.
evenings when everyone's getting off work.
Right.
Try to go like maybe during the day.
During the day.
Or like they said in the script, during a rainstorm.
Oh, yeah.
No one wants to go out in the rain.
That's my favorite time to go.
Oh, really?
It's so peaceful.
I guess it is.
It's like no one's there.
Yeah. It's just you and the groceries.
And the groceries.
Everybody's zen.
Exactly. Okay, so those are good tips.
Yeah.
Avoid the crowds.
Yes.
Have your snack be prepared. Any other advice?
Well, they were talking about the checkout line being like a battleground.
Uh-huh.
But I think maybe we can try to see it as like a moment of peace.
Oh, okay.
You can just kind of like take a breath,
Yeah.
look around.
People watch?
Yeah, do a little people watching and just
Yeah.
kind of like decompress.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
A moment of peace.
Yes.
And then they mentioned this listener, Paul,
Oh, yeah.
who was in the checkout line, and
Yeah.
these two people were fighting over the last rotisserie chicken.
Oh, no.
And while they were fighting, he like swooped in
He got it.
and got the chicken.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know.
Good for him.
So maybe that's another tip. Just, be aware of your surroundings.
Yes. Be opportunistic.
Be opportunistic. And you might get a chicken.
Yeah. You never know what treasures you might find
You never know.
at the grocery store.
Okay, so we talked about playing timing, being aware of our surroundings.
Yes.
But what about when we inevitably forget something?
Right, because that's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
We're human.
Yes.
So I think, technology can be really helpful here. Like there are
Yeah.
so many apps now
Oh, yeah.
for shopping lists.
Right.
You can even share them with other people.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So if you live with someone,
Yeah.
you can both add things to the list.
And then you don't have to call each other from the store.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
No more like, did you get the milk? Texts.
Yes.
Yeah.
But sometimes technology fails us,
Oh,
like with the self-checkout.
ugh. Don't even get me started, those things.
Oh, no. They can be so frustrating.
They really can.
Like, why is it so hard?
Well, I think part of the problem is that they're designed
Okay.
for like this perfect shopper
Uh-huh.
who knows exactly what they're doing.
Right.
They don't have any weird items. They
Yeah.
don't need any help.
Yeah.
But in reality, shoppers are all different.
Totally.
We all have our own quirks and our own ways of doing things.
Yeah.
And those machines just can't handle it.
Yeah, like they're always like unexpected item in bagging area.
Yeah.
Like
Or like, please place item in bagging area.
it's in the bagging area.
But it's not recognizing it.
it's not recognizing it.
And then you're just like arguing with this machine.
Yes.
And it's like winning.
It always wins.
It always wins.
I always end up having to call someone over.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry, I failed.
Yeah, it's like you've been defeated by the self-checkout.
I know.
It's a humbling experience.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, so be aware of the self-checkout.
Yes.
It's a tricky one.
It is.
And sometimes you just got to ask for help.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no shame in that.
Yeah.
Those cashiers are there to help us.
They are, and I always feel bad because I know they have to deal with so much.
Oh, yeah. They're like the frontline workers
Yeah.
of the grocery store
you're real, it's
dealing
like-
with all the craziness.
So we should be nice to them.
Yes. Always be nice to the cashiers.
Yes. Okay, so we talked about planning, psychology, technology,
Yeah.
even human connection.
Mm-hmm.
What's like the big takeaway?
The big takeaway, I think it's that grocery shopping doesn't have to be a battle.
Oh,
It can actually be a more pleasant experience.
Okay.
If we just change our mindset a little bit
I like that.
and, find the humor in it all
Yeah.
and remember that we're all in this together.
They're all in this
We're
together.
all just trying to get our groceries
Yeah.
and get on with our lives.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be a stressful, crazy experience.
Exactly.
It can actually be enjoyable
It can be.
if we just change our approach.
Yeah, I think so.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so any last words of wisdom?
Last words of wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
I think just remember to keep your eyes open.
Okay.
Embrace the unexpected.
Can find the humor.
Yes, find the humor.
Okay, I can do that.
And, maybe try a new strategy.
Okay.
Like experiment with online ordering.
Okay.
Or try shopping at a different time of day.
Oh, yeah.
See what works best for you. Because ultimately the goal is to make grocery shopping
Yeah.
a little less stressful.
Yeah.
And a little more enjoyable.
And maybe a little more fun.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so until next time.
Yes.
Happy shopping, fellow gladiators.
Happy shopping.